Jesus admonishes, receiving the truth obligates. Spread light and enlighten your fellow men. March 6th, 1957, message 6777, from Jesus through Bertha Dudde, spoken by Pascal. God introduces you to the truth. Your thinking will be properly directed. Everything will become understandable to you. The reason for your existence and its purpose will be explained to you. Everything that was previously dark will become clear. And so you who stand in the truth will also recognize your earthly task. However, you will also recognize the darkness within which the majority of people live, and how wrong their thinking and striving is. Since you live in the grace of receiving the truth, this also gives rise to an obligation, to bring light into this darkness, and to enlighten your fellow men concerning the purpose of their existence and their earthly task. Though they may lack the knowledge that you possess, it is nevertheless essential for them to achieve the purpose of their lives. They may do so if only they lead their lives in accordance with the divine will, if they strive to live in love for God and their neighbor. If they only fulfill these two commandments of love for God and neighbor, then the darkness wherein they walk still will also be dispelled, and more light will be given to them as well. No one can deny that darkness is not a desirable state. Everyone feels more comfortable in the light of day than in the darkness of night. But people do not know that it is night within them in spirit, that the light shining upon them on earth does not illuminate their souls. They do not know that, when they leave the earth in this state, they pass into the beyond in the deepest night. They do not realize that their thoughts are twisted and tangled in that realm, if they have not already taken a little light into themselves, with which they would be able to help themselves, and whereby they would find the right path, leading them to more elevated levels on the other side. To enter the beyond without light is a terrible fate for the soul, and it will remain without light as long as it is without truth, without knowledge of itself and its relationship to God. If it can already be revealed to them during their life on earth, if men seek to clarify their thoughts and enter into the proper relationship with God, then they may already score a plus for eternity. They will enter the spiritual realm with a small ray of light, and they will find their way more easily and be grateful for having gained at least this degree of light on earth. Those of you who have already received light from God, who know God's love for all His creatures, must help your fellow men, for He wishes to bring the light of truth to all who are willing to accept it. Offer Him your cooperation, work for Him as bearers of light. Save your fellow men from that terrible fate of deepest darkness, and help them to catch some rays of the divine light of love by conveying His word to them, by seeking to make them understand the purpose of their existence, and by encouraging them to connect themselves with the One who created them. Seek to convince them that their God and Creator also wants to be their Father, and has proven Himself to be as much through His gift of grace, that He kindled a light within them out of love. Seek to convey your faith to your fellow men, and explain to them that only love determines whether or not they will achieve their goal on earth. Point them again and again to Jesus Christ, He who died on the cross, so that every man may achieve his goal if he wishes to, so that only the will need be ready to receive light and strength in abundance. that Jesus Christ himself brought the light to earth to show the people the way out of darkness, heavenward to the eternal light. Warn your fellow men of indifference towards their souls, for they will bitterly regret not having followed the light that repeatedly shone before them during their earthly life. The people still believe that they are walking in the light because they still possess their earthly life. But after this life will follow an endless night, and God wishes to protect all his creatures from its horrors, all his creations who, in their free will, may seek the light on earth, and will thereby surely find it, if they wish to flee the night, and if they long for the light of day. Amen.